So what am I doing? There's this guy named Jake Goss, and he's been doing these videos where he shows how he works on websites live, beginning to end. And he actually does it in this group, this Discord, which I'll post. Hold up. Let's see. Where is it? Here we go. Okay, so I'll post it in the chat. Anyway, he has these live streams, and I thought to myself, I'm about to publish this new blog post for Zerby on the Zerby website, and it would be cool to show my process of doing that, kind of beginning to end. So who's this video for? This live stream? It's for anyone who cares about blogging. If you have a blog, if you've ever wanted to have a blog, then I'll show you the process that I use to post up a new blog post and get it ranking high on Google. So, you might be thinking, well, isn't it just like I post it on my site, on my WordPress, and then I'm done? And yes, technically speaking, that will work and that's fine. But if you want to maximize the chance that Google will pick up your article that you write on your blog and raise it up to the first page and ideally the first position on Google, then you need to do optimization. You need to do things to increase the likelihood of that happening. So that's called SEO. So anyway, this channel is usually about Tinder. So press and then I'm done. All right, sound is working, so I'm just checking that. Yeah, anyway, this channel is usually about Tinder. I've never done a video like this. So you guys can let me know whether it's helpful or not after we go through everything. I just thought it'd be fun to change things up. Okay. So basically, I have this list of stuff that we're going to do. We're going to go through every point on that list to take this new blog post that I've been working on right here, which is called What to Text a Girl When She Doesn't Reply, and basically get this much better, ideally. But yeah, before I dive in, like I said, if you guys like blogging or want to learn how to blog, any of this stuff, then join that Discord that I posted in the chat here, because I'm in there and I'll answer any questions you guys have. And also a bunch of other SEO pros are in there, so that's super cool. All right, cool. Let me make this bigger so you guys can see it. Boom. All right, so this is the blog post, What to Text a Girl When She Doesn't Reply. It starts off like this. It's just a Google document. I write it, or I work with writers, whatever. And you'll notice that I go through and add these green highlights. These become the images. So if you guys know Zerby, we have all these like nice images on all of our blog pages. Basically, that's how I get them. I just highlight them and then have a designer go through. So anyway, let's go into the blog. I use Squarespace, by the way. You can use WordPress or whatever, it doesn't matter. I like to use Squarespace specifically for all my blogs. Zerby's my biggest, but I have a bunch of other blogs that you guys might not know about. And I usually use Squarespace for them because with all of its faults, it's really easy, it's very visual. And for me, I like my blogs to be super clean and super nice looking and easy. I don't like to get too buried down in the details. Okay, so yeah, here's the blog post. Basically, I just copy and pasted this in. So to get this to rank high on Google, there's a few things that I need to do. One of the things is, well, I can show you this little list. Let's see. Oh, by the way, this video is going to be like A to Z. It's going to be a live stream. It might be really boring to watch if you don't care about growing a blog or anything like that, but I'm going to go through everything. All right, so, this isn't an exhaustive list of everything that I do for a new blog post, but it covers some of the big highlights, some of the big things that I want to hit, especially in this video. So first thing is to find what keyword the article is going to be ranking for, like what do I want to focus on. I need to add some of those keywords into the article. I add links, I track it, I run Facebook ads and email campaign, and I post it in a few different locations. So you guys will see all that. We got a guy who commented, how much traffic do you get on Zerby? It goes up and down. Generally speaking, we're about 3 to 4 million visitors a year on Zerby, but I also have other blogs that bring in traffic as well. But yeah, 3 to 4. Past month or two from COVID and also from some testing that I was doing on Zerby, we lost a lot of traffic, and it's come back in the past week, so I'm happy about that. But yeah, it's cool when you comment. I can like put your thing on the screen. So let's move on. All right, so we're gonna start at the top here. So usually when I get an article, I try not to think too much about SEO or optimizing or any of that. I just try to get it good. I try to prioritize the content beyond anything else. So, you know, this article is written what to text when a girl doesn't reply. But when I actually search for this keyword, and I'll show you that now. Let me open this up. I use a bunch of different tools. One of them is called KWFinder. So here we go. So this tool lets me find keywords. Do you do affiliate marketing? With Zerby, yeah. I used to only sell my own courses with Zerby, and I still have my own courses. But I also do a little bit of affiliate for Zerby. But yeah. All right, so first thing we need to do is find a keyword for this article. What to text a girl when she doesn't reply? Let's find out what that looks like. So I can use this tool. I can plug in the keyword. And I can see approximately how many searches a month that keyword gets. Now this number isn't like fact, all right? It's more to give you an idea. So 30 searches a month, that's not too hot, not too spicy. But when I look at some of the other, let's see, some of the other keywords, I can get maybe some better keywords to look into. So text back, he ignored my text, that doesn't fit. So yeah, I'll just kind of go through a bunch of stuff. I actually cheated a little bit. I know what the keyword is going to be, and it's she didn't text back. So I'll plug that in and you'll see that it gets more searches than 30. There we go. So yeah, she didn't text back, 330. She ignored my text, 530. I can pick any of these. With Zerby, I try to write as many blog posts that cover as many keywords. Usually you'd want to go for like the top one. This tool, KWFinder, gave me different analytics than another tool I use called SEMrush. So on that, I think she didn't text back did better than she ignored my text. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and just use this. Not that it's the best in the world, but I'm not going to beat myself up about it. The other thing to keep in mind too, at least with me, when I'm putting up a Zerby blog article, and maybe I shouldn't do this. This is like me being a bad blogger, but I kind of think to myself, like, how important is this keyword for me? She didn't text back. Like, an article about what to do if a girl doesn't respond to you or ghosts you isn't as important to me as an article like opening messages on Tinder, because that has like 50,000 searches a month. So this, I'm not going to put as much effort into this maybe as my other blog posts, but that's just me being real. Have you ever tried Ahrefs? It's a similar tool. I'm pretty sure I have. I'm not sure. I know of it. I don't know if I've taken the free trial or signed up for it in the past. I've been doing this for a while, and I found that I like Moz and I like SEMrush. I went into SEMrush because, I don't know, it felt a little more powerful. And maybe I'm totally wrong about that. What's the name of the tool? So the tool I use to look up keywords is called KWFinder. KWFinder. And by the way, in this video, I'm not going to get super technical with everything. I want to be more beginner friendly, but if you have any specific questions about how to get the most out of these tools, you can ask me, or join the Discord and ask there too. The guys there are super good at SEO, way better than me. All right, whatever. So at this point, I know what my keyword is. And, normally you'd want to do all this optimization in Google, like in your Google document where you wrote your article. Unfortunately, this is a little bit out of order. So I had my VA put it in already. So now I'm going to go through and I'm going to optimize it for she didn't text back. I've already started this. So if I search for she didn't, we'll start to see that I included it. Like here's one instance, or that's actually not the right one. Let's see. Oh, I guess I didn't. Yeah, here we go. She didn't text back. I start to pepper it in, that keyword specifically. And, there's a certain number of times you can do it. You don't want to go too crazy. I try to get it in at least one H2 title. So this is an H1, right? It's the title of my article. But then I have these like larger subsections, I guess. So I try to put that keyword in at least one of those subsections. I try to put the keyword within the first couple sentences of the article. I try to put it in the body of the article a few times. And, again, you can kind of get technical with this and get scientific. And I actually do have a template, which sometimes I follow, that will tell you like how many times you're supposed to use the keyword. I can look it all up. Right now, I'm just kind of doing it off the top of my head and not exactly following my templates, which I should do. Fair enough. All right. So anyway, let's see where we're at. Using a keyboard over here. Okay. So let's see. I have 5 instances of it. That's all right. I might put in one more. And the way that I do this, again, I try to write it first, and then I go in later and add in the optimization. So I might put it down here somewhere. So let's see. Many attract, before judging, I understand these women are constantly pursued. They are aware of their value and don't give in to every guy. And then I'll say, kind of normally, that's one of the reasons she doesn't text back. That's not an exact keyword. Or, she didn't text back. She doesn't text back. But from Google, these are all kind of semantically related. So it'll count. See how many people are watching. Wow, 20 people. Cool. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. All right, let's see. At this point, I am going to go to my list here. And I'm going to say that's done optimizing the new keyword. Why do you choose Squarespace instead of WordPress? Squarespace for me is more visual. It's that simple. WordPress feels like it needs a lot of effort and time to get it looking nice. I know WordPress is the standard in the industry standard. I don't care. I like WordPress. It looks clean. It looks simple. It doesn't really take much effort to get it looking good. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's just easy. It's simple and easy. And I think if you're a beginner for blogging, then it's not a bad place to start, because you just put in your credit card and you're done. You don't need to do anything else. And I think they even have like free domains. If you buy a year plan, they give you a domain for free. So yeah, that's why I do it. All right, so anyway, let's see. Let me get some tea. One second. Most important part of SEO, drinking tea. All right, moving on. The next thing we're going to do is add the CTA. So every blog post that you want to put up on your blog, you want to have a call to action. You want people to do something at the end of your blog post. Now what that is depends. Sometimes I'll just make it simple, like leave a comment. And that actually works. Some of my blog posts get a lot of comments, and that really helps you rank on Google. Other times I might push people to my group. And sometimes I might push people to buy a product. So I need to write the call to action now. So I'll do that. Let's see. In response to that, maybe you could try call her, send one more text. But if she doesn't respond, she's just a flake and you should move on. I'm on this keyboard. If she doesn't text back and you don't know why or what to do, even after reading this blog post, then you should join our 100% free Facebook group. Own your, I'll just put this down here. Own your online dating. Once you join, tag me, mark, and say hey. See you there, Space Cowboy. Oh, that's terrible. I'm gonna edit that out at some point, I'm sure. But right now I'm feeling spicy, so I'll leave it in. Let's see. And then I'll make the link. derby.co/own-your-online-dating. All right, so I got my call to action in. Again, it's better to do this in the Google document, but whatever. Cool. Okay, so we can go back to our list here. We can cross out add a call to action. Next thing we need to do is handle incoming and external links. So linking is super important. So what we need to do is we need to link other articles on the Zerby blog to this new article, and link this article to other articles on the Zerby blog. Helps with Google crawling our website, helps get more people to look at it. Well, just to write these few lines, it takes me days for optimization. Yeah, you know, it does, especially when you're starting. But as you do it more and more, you find out like what calls to action work best for your audience. So like with me, I know that phrasing will get a lot of people to join because I have so many blog posts that have it, you know what I mean? And I also split tests, which I'll talk about another time. All right, I'm a big tea drinker, so excuse me. All right, so actually before we go in and put all the links here, there's something I want to do. Let me show you. You guys are going to like this. So here we go. Take a look at this. This is basically the sitemap for Zerby. So the idea of a sitemap is articles that are about one topic. I like to interlink them together. So for example, all the articles that are about Tinder profiles, I link all of them together. So from Google's point of view, they see all these pages on my site link all together around this keyword Tinder profiles. It's called siloing in the SEO world. But the reason I do this is because it helps me rank higher for that important keyword. So, you know, I have Tinder profiles, and then I have Tinder conversations, and all these articles linked together for that. And I have Tinder algorithm, and so on, and that all links up to Tinder. And I also have other parts of my website. One is for Instagram, texting, dating apps. So this year, 2020, right? I've been in quarantine so long, I don't even know what year it is. So for this year, I'm trying to prioritize texting because I'm doing okay on, I'm doing pretty well on Tinder already, and I've got a lot of blog posts about that. So this section is about texting. I like to have a map like this because it's visual, and the reason I do this specifically is because when I have a new article I'm writing, I know exactly what section on my website it's going, and then I know what articles to link to it and what articles to link from it. Okay, that's super important. Some questions. Seems like your process really works. A lot of your blogs are ranking on Google page 1. Thanks. Yeah, this process seems to work. Yeah. So I'm thankful for that. Do you mind if I ask how much revenue does a blog post like Zerby generate? It really, okay, man, that's a big question. How deep should I get on this? Okay, here, I'll show you. I'll just go ahead and show you. All right, look. Here we go. Here's the old school MS Paint. Remember this? Man, I love this program. Okay. So here's the idea, okay? When I put up a blog post, there's 3 different categories, large categories of blog posts it could be. All right. Let's see. Okay. So this is your funnel, right? Your marketing funnel. So different blog posts are going to bring in a totally different amount of revenue, depending on where in the funnel it ends. Some blog posts are things like, how does Tinder notify screenshots? Let me show you. It's funny. This is my friend, new friend, I should say, who works with these guys. I just found out, and they're beating me on this keyword. They're position number 0, and I'm position number 1. So if you're watching, man. So anyway, this article isn't going to generate any money. This is just people who want to come and find out if they take a screenshot on Tinder, will it send a message to the girl and let them know that you took a screenshot? The answer to that is just simply no. Okay. So this is like top of the funnel. People who come to this blog post are not going to buy any course from me. They're not going to do anything. It's very top of the funnel. But what it will do is it will show them like, hey, this blog called Zerby exists, and it looks pretty good. The design is nice. It's clean. I got my information. And other articles, which are kind of lower in the funnel, will convert more. He doesn't mean single blog post. He means the whole Zerby blog. Tough question. If you're just talking about like how much money it makes, so here's the problem. I do launches and I do products that just people buy. It makes probably like $200 to $300 a day, I'd say, in terms of products that I sell. But if I do a launch, then it's going to make more money, right? But there's also a lot of factors that influence that. So last month or two, we lost a lot of traffic because of COVID and also because of a technical issue on the site. So the revenue dropped a lot. But anyway, this is getting way too deep. This video is just supposed to be about like how to publish a blog post. So let's get back to work here. Let's get this done. I don't have all day. All right, so I have this set up. I have my little map here. Texting is a very small section of my site, so this is going to be kind of easy. What I'm going to do, let's go up to the top. Let's see. I'm going to put it into my mind map here. So here's the URL, /blog/ she didn't text back. So go to my mind map. I'm going to make a new subtopic. There we go. Oops. I keep using this wrong keyboard. I had to unplug it so I could plug in my microphone, and I don't have enough USB ports. Okay. There we go. There's the new blog post. How do you make your virtual assets? I have an employee who makes them. All right, there we go. It's in. So now what I need to do is link these two articles to this article and link this back to them. Again, you can be specific. You can have like a rule and say, okay, you know, I'll link 2 articles into mine and I'll randomly pick 2. But basically the idea is you always want to try to link to the most important article on your website. And you want to be careful taking the most important of your, let's say the most important blog post of your website and linking it to too many of your other blog posts. Because think about it like a cup of tea, okay? Like you have your cup of tea. This is your primary, let's say, most important blog post on your website. If you create a new page and link to it, you're basically pouring some of the tea out of your best blog post into the new one. So you're losing some of the liquid in there, all right? And if you pour out too much, then the cup is empty. Terrible, terrible metaphor. Damn, guys, I'm sorry. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to, let's see, I'm going to close some of these windows first off. Add links to the new blog post that I'm writing now. Let's do how to text women. Let me apply this and save it for now. All right, so we'll go to this new one, how to text women. Hey, man. This is Jake. Amazing, amazing, amazing SEO guy. And he's in the Discord. It's actually his Discord. So if you want SEO help or growing a blog, join the Discord. All right, so let's see. Ask a girl out over text. Okay, so here we go. Here's one of my articles, how to ask a girl out over text. Now what you can do is just like literally paste in a link. I don't do that. I like to be a little more surgical. So, this new article is called What to Do If She Doesn't Text Back. So I'm going to try to find something in here about, if you're texting a girl and she doesn't text back, what do you do? And then I'll include the link to the new article that basically solves that problem. And I think that's what this is. Okay, yeah. So here we go. I'm actually just going to put it as a new section at the bottom here. So let me go here and edit this. So I'm going to put a new chapter. What to do if she doesn't reply? Or what to do if she ghosts? Let's keep it simple. You follow all the advice here. You find that she still doesn't reply back to you. Don't sweat it. Put together a full resource on what to do if she doesn't text back. Now, there it is, right? That's the keyword that we're ranking for. Doesn't text back, right? I'm not sure if it's an exact match. I forget what my keyword is that I'm trying to rank for. She doesn't text back, something like that. I'm a really bad SEO, so if I was good and I was taking my time, I would know exactly what it is. She didn't text back. Okay. So let's see. What to do if she still didn't text back? So this isn't an exact match. Like this keyword, she still didn't text back. It has the word still, so it's not one-to-one. That's fine. It's actually more natural to do that rather than have just like, I've seen blogs where people write long articles and the only links they use to their other blog posts are the exact keyword that blog post is trying to rank for. And for me, it always feels weird. You want it to be more real. Anyway, there we go. So I put that in. 30. Cool. Okay. There we go. Give it a read. It should take care of that issue. I just realized this doesn't have a call to action in it. So that's something I'm going to have to make a note of and fix later. One of the things that I like about blogging is it's like the opposite of social media. Like social media, like posting on Facebook or Instagram, like you post it and it's alive for a day and then it's dead. But with blogging, it's always alive. So I can always go back and optimize and increase and make my blog post better. And I'll get more rankings and traffic as a result. Okay, so save that. Question. The trend seems to talk about affiliate/course websites as passive income. Do you consider yourself passive income? The map is really amazing. Thanks, man. Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't consider this passive income. Because if I stop working, if I stop publishing, if I just take a seat back, my rankings will fall. And then people will buy less and less, and then the income is gone. This always requires my work. Now, mind you, it's better than the work I used to have. I used to work 9-to-5 jobs. I used to be a food photographer. I used to work at a restaurant cooking. So this is more passive than that, I guess. But yeah, I wouldn't say this is necessarily passive. You always have to optimize, and you're always behind. And there's always competitors who are coming in and taking your keywords. So you have to stay on top of stuff. And Google always changes too. So that all makes a difference. All right, anyway, before we move on to fixing this blog post and putting more links in, there's something really important that we have to do. So this is my change log. If you blog, you have to have one. Let me turn this. Seriously, this is the most important thing. Basically what this does is whenever I make any change on my website, I put the change here. And the reason I do that, well, there's a few. One, when something goes wrong, like recently, I lost like 90% of my traffic because it was a technical error. And I was able to look at the dates that I lost my traffic against this log right here. And I was able to find when things went wrong, and I was able to fix everything. And had I not had this change log, that would have been really, really, really hard. So I updated this article. Let's see. Here we go. Ask or allowed over text. So I updated this article. So I just want to make a note in my change log that I did that. So let's see, 2020 04 21. Co. Okay. A weird formatting. Is that fix? Whatever. All right. Added a link to the new article. She didn't text back. Okay. So now I know that on this date, today, I added this change. The reason that's important is because in like 30 days from now or 60 days, I can go back in and check this and see if my rankings for this article went up or down from that change I put in. Super, super useful. Okay, so that is done. Get everything saved here. And we'll go back to that article. So I have one link going to that article. I'm going to leave it at 1 right now because this isn't a very important keyword. I'm not too worried about it. My texting section is kind of small, so I don't want to be too crazy with how many links I have. I could be wrong about that, but whatever. Still a lot of people watching. That's awesome. Thanks, guys. If this is useful, let me know. Okay. All right, moving on. Let's see. So now we need some links inside this article going out. So let's do that. That's easy. I'm actually going to unplug my computer real quick and plug in my keyboard. There we go. This will be easier. All right, so now we need a link going out. So we're going to go out using that same article that we had a link come into. Or actually, yeah, that's fine. So let me get that up real quick. All right, so now we need a link that goes to this article. So let's see where we put that in. The higher in the article we put it, the more weight it will have. The better it is, basically. So let's see. Student text back, don't worry. Okay. I don't want to put it in the introduction. All right, I'll just put it here. All right, also I put together a comprehensive guide on how to text woman. So I'm gonna put that link in. Give that a read before it becomes an issue, before she ghosts you. That way you don't need to fix something that isn't broken. All right, that's not the best copywriting in the world, but maybe when I'm not live and I have time to think through this without pressure, I'll change that. Oops. Yeah, boy. Okay. So we got one link. I like to have 2 to 3 going out, depending on the word count of the article. So I'll put on, let's see. Ask or scroll out over text. So I'll do this one now. Save it real quick. All right, let's see where we can put this in, where it would make sense. Okay, this is perfect. So I just searched for ask, and now I have right here, you didn't ask her out soon enough. And this new article is about how to ask her out, right? So I'm just going to go ahead and put the link literally right here, ask her out. Okay. So I have 2 links going to other articles in this. I have one link from another article coming into this. One thing I like to do on top of that, if I can, is I like to link off of Zerby onto other websites. I like to give a little love. So let's see where I can do that. Well, actually, I think I've already done that. Yeah, so I've already done that. Right here, I have this thing called Few Studies, and it links to the study. So, that's fine. So we can go ahead and cross this off. Links are done. Mind map, we've already put it into our map here. I'll go ahead and save it. And for every blog post, every blog I have, I use one of these mind maps, and I try to break it off into as many different sections that make sense. And it's a good idea to focus on one section before you start trying to build out another section. So yeah, again, I'm building out texting. I'll be adding a bunch of articles about this over the next couple months, and then I'll start to go into other areas. So let's see, we can go ahead and close all this. All right, so next up is putting the analytic tracker. This is really important too. So I showed you guys already this. This is all the changes to my blog on the date that I make it. In addition to that, I have a section on this tracker that shows every blog post. Let's see, let me freeze this. Cool. It shows every blog post along with, the name of it, the primary keyword, the link to it, and then I track all of the analytics. So, this is from January 2020. I haven't updated it in a while, but This spreadsheet will actually dynamically update as I just download the data from Google Analytics. I plug it into this and it populates everything. It tells me, the number of clicks it gets, the click-through rate, the average position on Google, the time on page. So what I can do is I can go through this list and say, hey, this article has a really high bounce rate, right, compared to this other article. Let me try to fix that. I can go in, I can change the copy, I can add video, I can do whatever. And then I can track over time whether those changes increased or decreased the bounce rate. And I can also split test. That's why you have these A's and B's. I'm split testing stuff on these pages. So just by having this and tracking every blog post, I know this is complicated, fair enough. But yours doesn't need to be this complicated. You just need to track, you put up a blog post. Well, let me show you. We'll do this live, all right? So where'd it go? Let me just get this up again. All right, so here we go. Okay. This mind map to internal and keep silos organized are really useful. Mind touching on split tests you're running. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll show that in just a sec. Let me just get it plugged in and then I'll show some of the split tests. Okay, so here's the article we've been working on. I'm going to go ahead and plug in the title. I'll plug in the keyword I'm tracking. I'll plug in the link. And this is a little bit technical, so sorry. And all I need to do is copy all this stuff. So there we go. Now, if, again, I made the spreadsheet kind of complicated, like it will find this information by itself. But all you would need to do is go into Google Analytics, look up this new blog post once a month, right? January, February, March, April, and then plug in the number of clicks that it gets, the amount of traffic, everything. And then you can track that individual page over time. You can do that in Google Analytics. You can do that already without using the spreadsheet, but I find that it's really helpful to look at the spreadsheet, be able to find individual blog posts and see just like the changes, and I can see like CTR for January is 2.28. Then I could next month put in the next one. Let's say it's 3%, and then it's 4% the next month, and then I can have a little chart and see if there's changes. And the reason this is helpful again is because if I find that my CTR rate is really low, like 2% instead of 30%, then I can experiment with changing the title of the article and see if that changes everything. Yeah, so split tests. So here's a split test I'm doing right now. This split test is to see, I have links to an affiliate product that I'm selling. So, I didn't put in any of the data yet, but I'm basically seeing whether I get more sales from this product I'm selling with having a image right here, this graphic, that if you click it, it goes to a landing page to sell a product, versus whether I get more sales if I have the link as text inside of the actual article. So it's one of these links here. Yeah, right here. So I'm split testing, like, will I make more money from having a graphic leading to the product or text leading to the product? That's what I'm testing. But you can test anything. But it's super, super useful to have all of this in one document. So this document, has everything. And again, it's very dynamic, but you don't have to make it dynamic. You can make it super simple. Cool. Still a lot of people watching live. I'm surprised. All right. Yeah, I'm really surprised because like, I don't know, a month or two ago, I posted on my YouTube channel that I posted a poll asking if people wanted to see me make videos about how I do my blog. And something like 37% of people said yes, which is fine. That's more than, I don't know, that's enough people, I guess. But I wouldn't know that there was this much interest. Okay, cool. So let's move on. We added it to the analytics. It's done. I'm actually going to publish the post now. Let's see. There you go. All right, so time to actually get it live. So I have a category down here that's set up. I still need an image for the thumbnail, so that I need to do. So let's do that, put in the thumbnail. Just download that and grab it real quick. One sec. All right, here we go. All right, so here are my graphics. I have a web size, which is really small. Here's a thumbnail. I'm going to download this. All right. And now I'm going to put it as the thumbnail image. So this image is super compressed, so it's really fast. And now I need an excerpt and also the meta description. So down here, you know, so I'm going to write that out. Let's see. What should, the thing is with meta description, you always want to make sure you have the keyword in the description. So I'm just going to write something and then I'll clean it up after I write it. Messaged her and she didn't text back. What do you do now? Here are 5 real techniques to get her to respond to your text. I think that's right. I think that's good. Okay. Perfect. Okay. So that's ready. This isn't perfect, the social preview, but whatever. Save that. And now to publish. Just one last chance for me to look over everything and make sure it's all okay. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, published. Don't stop here. Like this is kind of step 1. Like getting to this point, everything is organized, but now you have to do some basic promotion because we want some people to see this post right away. So what I like to do, let's go ahead and open this up. Where is it? There we go. I like to create an email that tells all the people on my email list that I have a new post up. I like to post it in the Zerby groups and on the Zerby Facebook page. And I'm going to delete, actually, no, it's going to stay. And I want to put up a Facebook ad. This is the reason I do this is because when you have a new article on your blog, it's a good idea to start getting traffic to it, because then you can start showing Google, hey, this page is getting some activity. It's good content. You can also start getting comments on it. Comments are super useful on your blog posts. So let's start with a Facebook ad. I've been doing this, I don't know, how long have I been on live? Let's see. Like almost an hour. So I'm gonna kind of rush through this. So I just have a campaign. I'm gonna do traffic. Testing, test. Testing, test. I'll give it a minute and see if there's any sound still. Audio test. Testing, test. Testing, test. Okay, cool. Yep. Sorry about that, guys. I'll give it a minute. Be Live Studio. All right, so where were we? You are back. Thank you. All right. Yeah, man, that's what happens when you live stream. Everything goes wrong. And I'm pretty sure it's because the cable's loose on my mic. When it falls off and you plug it back in, it doesn't like automatically start recording again. Anyway, one of the comments was funny. It was, I'm sure he's revealing his secrets right now, right as the sound goes off. Yeah, that's pretty good. Right when things get good, over. Cool. Okay. Anyway, what I was saying is I'm basically just putting up a Facebook ad to get people onto my blog post. Few days just to get some initial traffic, to get the seed started. I'm targeting people who have been to my blog in the last 30 days because I think they're going to be the ones who want to see an ad for content about my blog. That said, if you're really good at Facebook ads, or if you want to put a lot of time in this, you can split test, you can, do all of that stuff, make lookalike audiences. For me, I'm just trying to do like the 80%, right? So there's the 80 and 20. So long as you get 80%, you get most of your results. If you really, really optimize for that last 20%, you'll get more, but it's logarithmic. So like, I don't know, just getting an ad out there and doing this process will get you enough. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But this keyword isn't that super important to me. So I don't feel like I need to do a big campaign. I don't feel like I need a lot of money. I don't feel like I need to split test a lot because it's just simple. Anyway, I have the ad up here. And primary text, new blog post, what to do if she doesn't text back. 5 strategies to use now. Okay, that's fair. Yeah. So the vast majority of people that go to my blog are on mobile. So I'm more concerned about the mobile. This is fine. It's fine. Again, I'm not super concerned. Oh, yeah. And let me just use this. It's probably going to say it's too much text. But let's find out. Okay, that's fine. It wants a high resolution image, but I don't care. All right, so that's good. So we can get rid of that. We have a Facebook ad that's up. Hopefully it gets published. But that should start getting some traffic. The next thing is to do the email campaign. So I have my email right here. I'm going to go into sequences. Now, there's a few different ways you can do this, depending on what your email strategy is. I keep my emails really simple. It's a little bit of text with a link to the blog post. I try not to do a lot of copy. I try not to sell too much through my email list. I keep it really minimal, and I try to have my blog be what sells. It's sort of an upside down funnel. Again, probably not the best way to do it, but that's what I do. So with the email that I send out, I could send out a blast, like a broadcast, and it will just go out once, but I'd rather make this more evergreen. So when someone comes on my list, eventually they will get the email. that brings people to that blog post that I just made. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to do add email. I'm just going to take one of these templates and I'm just going to copy it and then make it specific for this new post. So let's go to she didn't text back. We'll write the copy here. Let's see. Texted a girl and heard nothing back. No worries. My new blog post details 5 strategies on how to get her to text you back. Strategies. Read it here. Okay. Yeah, and you know, you can track people who click stuff and get really fancy with your email marketing. I just keep it super minimal. I feel like it wastes less time for the reader to just see straight up like, hey, this is what this blog post is about. Read it if you want it. And I also like to put in a few highlights of what they'll get in the post. So let's see. No worries. My new blog post details 5 strategies on how to get her to text you back. Read it here. You'll see actual screenshots of my methods in action. And I can also go into the blog post and just like skim it and see like what do I talk about in the blog post that I can highlight in this email. Why she stops replying. Now, by the way, if you're watching this, you may have no interest in Tinder, and that's okay. Everything I'm doing here would apply to any blog you're doing. So if you're doing a blog about coffee, you would ideally want to write blog posts about coffee and email the people who care about coffee that you have a new blog post up. And you know, you can follow the structure that I'm using, which is simple, or you can take someone's email marketing course and get more technical with this kind of stuff. But you know, I like to keep things super simple. Why she stops replying and what to do about it. And these points are trying to like convince people to read it, right? It's trying to give the benefits, like why should anyone care about this? What will they get out of it? So yeah, let's say what they'll get out of it. Why she stops replying, what to do about it, and why and how these methods will get you more dates. Very simple. Right. So I'll just delete all this. And I had this little stupid picture of me, which I'll probably get rid of soon and just have my emails be even more simple, but whatever. All right, that's the email. And again, like you can see, at least for me and my style, how incredibly simple this is. I think it's important to wait that it's off. Oh, subject line. And I'll just call it like how to get a girl text you back. Okay. And set this to send out after 7 days, so a week. So we'll save that and then I'll publish it. Okay. So that's done. So go back here. Email campaign is live. And the last thing to do is to post it into the Zerby group. So that's super easy. Oh, someone's been a bad boy. All right, so now we'll post it into the group. And I'm going to actually take a screenshot from this article. Let's see. There's one I like here where the girl gets really excited. So let me use that. You want it to be something that like gets attention. So, oh, here we go. Okay. So going to the group, I'll put in that screenshot. All right. From ghosted to down to meet. Here are 5 methods to get a girl to text you back. Simple. I post it. Notice I didn't put the link in it because Facebook hates links. So I will put the link in the comment. Read it here. So, you know, the important thing here, I know, 3% battery. I'm going to have to unplug my keyboard to plug my computer back in. Thanks, by the way. That would have been terrible if I lost my audio and then my computer just died because I wasn't paying attention. Anyway, the important thing here is just to have like a process. And I'm sure I can do things 1,000 times better. And I'm sure there's things I'm doing that's like completely wrong. But just because I have a process and I follow it every time I make a new article, at least in terms of like publishing it, it gets me more results in terms of more people reading my articles. And this process that I have is very simple too. You know, it's just like a simple Asana task, and then I can cancel it out as I go through it. And it's a template, so I can remake it later. But everything I do, from like the process of first writing the blog post all the way up to publishing it, brainstorming it, the keyword research, my competitive research, all of that is just systematized. All right, plugged in. So now I don't have a keyboard again. I'm going to pin this up. Mark it as an announcement. All right, so now we have it there. I do need to put it on the Zerby Facebook page, but I don't think you guys need to see that. That's literally just what I did here, except on another page. And then the only other thing that I really have to do is change this thumbnail, because now the title of this isn't the same title as the thumbnail because I optimized it out of order. Normally you'd want to do all this stuff before you have your designer make everything and you pay them to make everything, but whatever. Oh, and there's one other thing I need to do. I think you guys will like this. So let's see. Okay, so here's another spreadsheet of all my documents. And, oh wait, actually, no, this isn't it. Okay, this is it. So this document has a bunch of my properties, and I have all of the content that's written. So this one is she didn't text back. So I put today's date for uploaded on. Oops, where did it go? Oh, I see. So this is the article right here, right? She didn't text back. I need to plug in the URL to the article that I just made. Copy. And I'm going to paste it here. I'm going to say this is complete. This article is done. And I'm going to have that it was uploaded today. So let's see. And this is a cool thing. Check this out. Whenever you put up a blog post, okay, whenever I put up a blog post, I like to update it later. Because whenever you put up a blog post, like the rankings kind of fall over time. Information gets old. Screenshots of phones and text and Tinder start to get old. You might want to put in new content. Things change, right? So I like to update my articles on a regular basis. It's a lot to keep track of when you have like hundreds or thousands of blog posts. If you're a news site, obviously this won't work for you. But what I do is I take the date and then I add a certain number of days to it. So this article isn't super important. It's, you know, I don't know how much traffic it's going to bring in, but the primary keyword I'm tracking is like less than 500 searches a month, which is fine. But I probably don't need to update it more than once a year. So I set 1 year here, and then in a year, you know, I'll be able to see like, hey, it's 4/21/2021. I need to go back in and update this article and add more to it. Some articles are more important. So, you know, they'll be 250 days or maybe once a quarter, maybe once every 90 days. So it's just about like how important the article is, how important you want to rank high on Google for it, how much effort you want to put in to staying competitive for that article. So some of my articles I need to be really competitive about. So I update them, you know, once every 2-3 months. And this just helps me keep track of all that. All right. So that's all in. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. Again, like most people, I would think just publish their blog post. You know, they write it, they optimize the keyword, and then they hit publish, and then it's kind of done. But for me anyway, there's kind of a process beyond that. There's things you can do that can help you get more, let's see. Yeah, I mean, help you get more results. You're putting the work in, so a little bit of a process at the end can help. So yeah, I mean, I'm pretty much done. If you guys have any last minute questions or anything, let me know. Because otherwise we're pretty much good. But yeah, I mean, thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. There were a lot of people here that were live. And I don't know how long you guys watched for. I know this was a long video, so thank you. Oh, by the way, if there's any questions you have about this stuff, I really recommend you to join this Discord that I'm in. Let me show you guys. Check it out. So yeah, check out this. This is the Discord that I'm in. This guy named Jake Goss, who's actually watching live, super cool. He is kind of the orchestrator of this, and he's exceedingly good at SEO, and he gives so much value. I found him through Reddit because he showed his entire process of how to get SEO clients. So if you want to do this for a living, like doing SEO for other people, he's the guy to go to. I don't do that. That's not my thing. He's your guy. Jake is the guy. So let me post the link to this again. Let's see, invite people, Discord. Okay, so I'll put it in here. Join the Discord here. And by the way, if you guys like this video and you want me to continue putting up my processes for how I publish blogs and blog articles and more about blogging, let me know. I know it's different than Tinder advice, fair enough. However, you know, part of the reason you know Zerby and you have read my Tinder advice is because of my blogging and my SEO stuff. So I'm super down to, you know, continue posting these kind of videos. All right. So that's it. All right. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll see you guys later. If you have any questions, ask me in the Discord or post a comment on the video. Talk to you later. Now prepare for the awkward silence as I try to figure out how to turn the stream off.